What's up, everyone? This is a Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4 Golden. Last time, King Moron died. At least I think that's what happened last time. And pretty much we've just been going through our daily life, trying to figure out what exactly happened, and trying to develop our social links as best we can. In this episode, we basically had a bit of a dilemma in trying to figure out what exactly we wanted to do. Exams start Monday. But if we head on to the TV world today, then we do have an opportunity to get a fox costume. Our second out of 4. And I've made the decision that we are going to head into the TV world today. Basically just want to try to get these costumes as soon as I can, plus since it's raining, I do have an opportunity to gain a lot more experience. Also, in case you're playing this on anything besides a Switch, heading into the TV world now is not necessarily a bad thing to do for one achievement in particular. And that is the Reset's Biggest Fan achievement. Probably the most infamous achievement in the entire game. What is Reset's Biggest Fan? Reset's Biggest Fan is an achievement in most versions of the game, not on the Switch, so we won't be able to really keep track of that. But essentially, it is an achievement that requires you to listen to 250 unique Rise navigation lines. So why is it important to try to do it now? Well, one of the big things that you'd want to try to do now is to try to get some of the more generic dialogue, whether it's like tough enemies, easy enemies, number of enemies as well. Those are all a bunch of unique dialogue lines that Rise can basically give you, and if you progress far enough in her social link, you will basically get an effect that she just tells you what the weakness is instead, massively reducing the amount of lines that you could potentially listen to for that achievement. So if you're going for it, you gotta be careful to make sure that you don't level up Rise's social link so far before really delving into the TV world and really finding these different types of enemies. Now, why are we at Daidara's? Well, I basically took a look as to what I could do to upgrade Chie and Yukiko. Chie, I'm going to give her the hero leg, so that way she has a massive attack boost, and +4 to her luck, which should increase her crit chance just a little bit more. So we'll go ahead and equip the hero legs, and we can go ahead and sell the skates. It is a little bit of a downgrade considering we had to spend gems for that. That's fine, there's no real reason for us to have that otherwise. And for Yukiko, we are going to give her the Kacho Fugetsu. The 50 SP is nice, but it's just kind of a way to give Yukiko a different way of attacking when it comes to physical attacks. So we'll go ahead and get her that. And we can sell the Susaku Feather. So Yukiko is now fully kitted out as far as I'm concerned. I still want to try to give Chie some better armor. I'm thinking of just getting her the rune dress just like I did with Yukiko. Just because I think +4 to all stats is a better boost than just slightly more defense. I'm gonna save that until we actually can go into Mitsuo's dungeon though. Oh, we can also see Teddie's stuff. So what do I have for Teddie? So I have the Jakotsu Claw, the Chain Glove, the Gehenna Claw, the Assault Spike, the Mail Duster, Air Brake, Mewling Claw, which is the first thing that actually gives a passive effect, and that's it. The only thing that has a passive effect is his weakest claw. I do not have a lot of good stuff for Teddie. Not that I'm complaining that much. So anyway, like I said, if you're trying to go for the Reset's biggest fan lines, make sure you head into the TV world at some point before really getting far in her social link. Not really so much that Seed Lady has. So let's go ahead and gather everyone at the food court.
Yo, what are we doing today?
We're heading into the TV world. I think I accidentally said we should examine this. Yep, confirm the situation. That is not anything that we really care about.
Huh? We're departing already?
Okay, and that is our goal for today. Basically, this is just what we did the last time that we were in the TV world prior to saving someone. It's just a way to kind of knock out our dungeon exploration. Especially since we do have a few quests. There's not a whole lot. I'm pretty sure the only one that we have... Oh, whoops. The only ones that we have are the Charmed Veil and the Silver Oh, no, we do have Carbon Copy to get the Flower Brooch. Okay, so we do have 3 quests. Undoubtedly, we're going to need to go back to the Marquee Striptease for other quests. But at the very least, we can get done with these while we're going through our regular exploration. And we'll at least be at the top of Marquee Striptease for some of the other quests. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and pat the fox. And now we get the Kingpin Duster. Our first new costume for this in the save file. Anyway, that does actually remind me, since we do have Teddie now, we can show off something new. But I'm mostly going to focus on just making sure... Not Rajanaga up front. I'm mostly going to start off by making sure I get through everything that we need to get through first, before we try to show off the new thing with Teddie. So now we're going to the strip joint. And then their demeanor completely changes. Okay, we've already seen the dialogue before. So just like before, we're gonna grab our good old party. So Kanji, Yukiko, and Chie. Alright. So, let's go ahead and we will basically do this as normal. Alright, well, first things first, I'm going to change up my costumes again. That's the outfit from the biker gangs? Kanji? What kind of biker gangs were you beating up, dude? Oh. I guess the dancers had the brooch. I didn't even realize that's what we needed to kill for that. So anyway, what exactly is our discussion going to be today? Well, I was actually having a hard time trying to find anything to actually have a discussion about, but I do have something that might be a little bit helpful for those of you who are playing Persona 3 Reload. So, if you've been on Reddit recently, whether it's the Persona 3 Reload subreddit or just the general Persona subreddit, you'll notice that there are usually there's usually some posts kind of asking about whether or not someone can finish a max social link run. I usually the one to try to answer some of those questions, because they're usually like, I'm this far into the game, am I quote-unquote cooked? I say quote-unquote just because I kind of hate that terminology, but that's neither here nor there. So yes, I do have a Reddit account, and it's the same as my username here on YouTube. Hey, GA leveled up. So, just in case you are either starting or wanting to start Persona 3 Reload, or you're quite a bit into the game and are kind of wondering if you can finish off a max social link run for the achievement that is there, I'm going to give a little bit of advice either way, whether you're starting the game or if you are nearing its completion. So, what exactly would be a good place to start when it comes to trying to do a max social link run without resorting to a guide? Since that's kind of the big crux of this, is that most people try to do this without resorting to use a guide. Now, personally speaking, I did manage to get not only a max social link run, but also completing all of the link episodes as well in a single run. And now Yukiko leveled up. So the big piece of advice that I can give if you're wanting to do a max social link run without resorting to a guide, since, like I said, I was able to do it. Granted, I was mostly able to go through it because I played through Persona 3 FES 3 times. So, yeah, I kind of already knew what to kind of do for a lot of the social links.
I've proven my manhood.
And yeah, Kanji's is kind of the same as some other costumes. But anyway, yeah, like I said, able to get through it mostly through prior knowledge, but this sort of thing can still be helpful. So, key thing number 1, if you're trying to do a max social link run. If you're in after school, only spend time with school social links. This is hands down the biggest reason that someone is unable... Oh, come on. This is the biggest reason that someone is unable to max out a social link run, is because they spend too many school days hanging out with non-school social links.
Another level. Gotta keep
And now Kanji leveled up. Everyone was just kind of lost their minds there for a second. Anyway, so yeah, so it doesn't matter whether or not you really want to spend time with Maiko, or the old couple. Now, if it's a school, if you're after school, if you can hang out with a school social link, do so. Does not matter. The only time that you should be really worrying about would be the old couple, since they are necessary to raise up to a certain point to unlock Bebe. And Bebe will go away after the first finals if you haven't started his social link by then. So there is sort of a deadline to start Bebe's social link. I don't even think these two really have much of anything. Actually, they should be able to give us stuff. A yummy gummy. And Yosuke should also be able to give us stuff. Ooh, a snuff soul. Thanks, Yosuke. I don't think we've developed Yosuke's social link at all. And there's not really much to go over with Teddie. So, yeah. Whatever you do, always spend time with a school social link on an after-school day. If you want to spend time with the old couple so you can unlock Bebe, make that your priority on holidays and Sundays, even if you have to push off spending time with Maya for a day or two. Because, trust me, if there is a number one reason that people aren't able to get a full max social link run, it is because they spent too much time with non-school social links. And I think we've got our Charmed Veil enemies right here.
Let's see.
So, fire. Let's go ahead. Actually, I still don't have your weakness.
4 enemies left. Don't give up.
Here, who has wind? Pale Rider has wind. Are the rocks weak to wind? No, they are not weak to wind.
It's over. 2 enemies down.
Okay, that was very zoomed out.
Go, Yukiko-senpai. Give him some more.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and boo-foo you because you are pretty much dead.
Go, Chia-senpai. Go.
And then we can just rush the rest of this.
Beat it to a pulp. Keep going, guys.
Except I want to see
Persona.
a close-up of Yukiko, because I think her animation is Mitsuru? It is Mitsuru. Okay. Don't really like grabbing magician, so I will just go with the cop. Still need to hear a voice dialogue, but at least we know Yukiko's poses are just taken wholesale from Mitsuru. So yeah, that is the biggest thing that I could basically recommend. One other thing is that if you need extra points, I would recommend trying to do regular spending time as little as possible when it comes to school time social links. Let me just go ahead and get into a battle.
The shadows are getting stronger as well.
She even just sounds like Mitsuru. So, that is my second piece of advice. If there is a social link that you can only do spending time with, sideline them for a bit. While there is a little bit of leeway when it comes to trying to get max social link, you're going to want to make sure that you limit how many times you only do spending time. Now, this is a little bit mitigated a bit later on, but the best way that I would basically... The best way that I would try to gain extra points, if you need them for your social links, would be to use Sundays. Sundays are your best chance to get social link points for your school time social links. And I'm gonna kill me a gold hand. You get back here! You get back here, you son of a gun!
Congratulations!
Alright, level up. So, if you need extra points with your school social links, Sundays, when they invite you out, are the best way that you can gain extra points with them. Sundays are an excellent tool to utilize because even though Sundays are important for spending time with Akinari and Maya, you're going to want to use them as resources for your school time social links. Sundays are not as valuable as school days, despite what you may initially think, because you're going to be far more pressed for time on trying to get Sundays. Oh, far more pressed for time, excuse me, let me correct that. You're going to be having far fewer spare school days than Sundays. By the end of the game, you're going to have just Sundays available, and you are not going to have anything to fill them with. So, utilize that resource as a way to gain social link points. Now, if you're a bit impatient, you could try to use the shrine available and just use that on your Sundays. I wouldn't recommend the shrine because I'm pretty sure that you gain more points for actually spending time with them in an event, as opposed to the shrine, which is available any day. So utilize that as a resource. I don't say forget where exactly that my last line of dialogue or train of thought was. But yes, use Sundays as a chance to gain social link points with school social links. That is probably a great way for you to gain those social link points without spending a valuable resource in a school day. So that would be my main thing. Now, obviously, this trails off as you get further into the game. Koromaru walks kind of make this a little bit more obsolete, though not always, because, like, C's, you can't gain social link points by going out on Koromaru walks, and they're not really available on a consistent basis. But once you hit November and you have access to a neat little thing called the dating app, the dating webpage, dating site, that is a fantastic resource and pretty much makes all Sundays completely available to your non-school social links. Because the dating site is super good at making sure that you can get anyone with social link points that you need, those necessary points, even if you screw up what you need to respond with. So that would be the best thing that I could recommend. Obviously, if you're just going for generic, what do I need to do to raise up my social links? One, always keep a matching Arcana with you. The only exceptions are Tanaka and Akinari. And two, always try to pick the response that the person wants to hear. You're not there to tell the person what they need to hear. You're there to tell them what you want to they want to hear. And if you feel like you screwed up or you maybe needed some points or you wanted to check out anything else, the rewind feature exists. You can always go back and check out the other options if you feel like that you maybe could have gotten more points. So that's about the best advice that I could give if you are starting a max social link run, and again, you're not using a guide. But what if you're pretty far into the game? Do you have enough days left to max out all the rest of your social links? Well, let me basically kind of give a general run through of how many days you have left starting in November. Ooh, Rise leveled up. Now, why starting from November? Well, any earlier than that, and you're really kind of getting into a it depends scenario. So if you're still around October, especially early October, there is a lot that is still left in the game. And while yes, from that point, it is possible that you've already screwed yourself over, it's usually too early to call as well as it just being a bit more difficult to try to examine, because me going back to the calendar on the Megami Tensei wiki gets really annoying to have to count for so many different months. And thanks to an emperor, Rajanaga leveled up. And it's Mazionga. Yeah, Fatal End isn't as good. We'll go ahead and do that, and Panic Burst. And you know what? I've got some crack wheats there, and I've been gathering a few chest keys, so we'll open up one. Oh boy, a white feather. So, what days do you have left when it comes to school social links? Now, I do want to specify that this is specifically just for school-based social links, since again, that is usually the determining factor of whether or not someone can actually finish a max social link run. So if you're worried about trying to finish The Old Couple, or Akinari, or Nozomi, doesn't really matter. You will have plenty of time to try to finish off the non-school based social links, especially when it comes to winter break. So, unless you have really neglected Akinari, or just someone else is just at rank 1 by the time you hit winter break, you're generally not going to need to worry at all about those social links. This is specifically just dealing with school time social links. Once again, that is basically the main factor of getting a max social link run or not. Okay, Dice, we need to kill you at least once. Get the silver lump. Alright, cool. Can we do that again? Damn it. Okay, I'm going to guard, and I'm going to guard. I am going to just have myself guard. And Mudun. I'll have everyone else attack, but I'll have myself guard, just so that way I can, or that can happen. I was gonna say, as long as I can survive. Because that is all that mattered. Can't really get much, so we'll recover, get a key, and raise up magic. Okay, we got ourselves a silver lump. So, how many days are available? So, starting in November, the maximum amount of days that you have available to you for school time social links is 12. You have 12 days available in November, which is not a lot because a lot of that time is taken up through introducing Ryoji, as well as the career week. That takes up quite a bit of time. There's a few holidays as well that take up time. There's a lot of stuff that take up a lot of time in November. So you're not going to have a whole lot of time being able to do anything. So yes, maximum amount of time is 12. Minimum is 11. Because one of those days is when Junpei's third Link episode is available. And it's honestly one of the more important ones. Because if you give Junpei flowers after this Link episode, you're going to lose a day in January. So, it's very important because if you do that Link episode, you are automatically locked into losing another day come January. Alright, with another gold hand taken down, Chie and Yukiko level up. When it comes to December, you have at most 16 school days, which again is not a lot. You're losing a lot to exams and end of term. So that is mostly where you're losing a lot of days. And when it comes to the week before exams, Your only option to rank up anyone is Mitsuru, which thankfully, Mitsuru you just got, so she still has plenty of rank ups to get. Now, the minimum amount of days that you have in December is 14. There are 2 days that you can pick up on social links if you decide not to go with certain things. So, the 2 days that you can pick up a rank up is Christmas Eve, if you don't want to have a special date event with someone that you're dating, and Junpei's 4th Link episode. So, Junpei's Link episode becomes available here. It is possible that you could, delay it, but it's generally best not to delay the Link episodes too much. Because, with the exception of Koromaru, you delay them too much, they're gone forever.
You're on a roll, Senpai. Two defeated.
Apparently these things are weak to darkness. Which I was very much unaware of. Ooh, Titania? Well, I don't need an Empress. Fusions? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I really need any fusions at the moment, so I'm just gonna grab myself a Temperance card, just so I can get myself another chest key.
Gotta keep at it.
And Kanji leveled up. So that is your days available in December. So what about January? January, and I've pretty much got this memorized at this point because of how often I've had to answer it from January. January, you have at most 19 days. You have 19 school days in January at the most. At the least, you have 16 days. So if you have 16 rank ups left, so all of Aegis plus 6 potential rank ups, then you are 100% fine. Now, what are these last 3 days that in January that you could pick up potential rank ups? These 3 are Junpei's final Link episode. Yes, Junpei's just keeps on coming, and that's mostly just because Koromaru's is available much earlier to get his taken care of, and his last one is first available during the winter break. So, even his Koromaru's last one, you're pretty much good to try to get. It's not that much of an issue. But yeah, so that is Junpei's final Link episode is number 1. Number 2 is the quote-unquote flower event. To avoid spoilers for those who haven't played Persona 3, by giving Junpei flowers after his 3rd Link episode, it does trigger an event which will take up time. And regardless of how far you got in Junpei's Link episodes up to this point, it will trigger if you gave him the flowers after that Link episode. So if you gave him flowers at that point, you're automatically locked out of spending time with someone on that day. The final day that you could potentially miss out on, and probably the easiest of these in order to actually gain the day back, is Career Day. Career Day trips up a lot of people because it comes at the very last week of school. It is literally the final Monday of the entire game, and the reason it trips people up is because it is literally the only day that Aegis is not available after you are able to hang out with her. Oh boy. Well, that kind of sucked because one of the gold hands actually managed to get away. I cannot believe how many times I missed attacks.
Ooh, congratulations!
But I leveled up. So that is one big concern that I see is, and something that does trip a lot of people up if they're not expecting it, is that they expect Aigis to always be available, and the one day that she isn't is usually the day that they miss getting a max social link run. So, the counter to that is to always make sure that someone who is available on Mondays, a bravery vessel, someone who is available on Mondays isn't completed yet. They are at rank 9 and ready, yeah, I kind of figured, and ready to be finished. Now, that is honestly any of the C's girls that isn't Aigis are available on Monday. So Yukari, Fuka, and Mitsuru are available, so they're generally the easiest. I'm trying to think who else is usually available on Mondays. I'm pretty sure Hiratoshi is available, and Kaz is available. So those are going to be your main social links that you want to have at rank 9 by the final week. That way, you would have someone available on career day. So, where does that leave us? So, starting in November, on November 1st, you have, at most, 47 rank ups to do. Now, granted, that does include 2 social links that you cannot even begin at that point. Gust Vow. Honestly? Hold on. Yeah, that'd be pretty good for Yosuke. Not that I use him. I mean, I guess we'll use him a little bit to show off that thing with Teddie. But yeah, so 47 days is the maximum. That is assuming that you do not go after the link episodes, you do not do anything on Christmas Eve, and that you make sure that someone is available come career day. Now, ideally, if you want to try to get as much content done for what would be kind of the more traditional route, you would have 42 days. Because most of these days deal with link episodes, that is going to be the primary reason that you're not going to have a lot of these days available. So that is primarily where you're going to be picking up days. Actually, you might have a few additional days that might be out. No, you are going to have a few more additional days that will be out. I just realized that the source that I did when I kind of wrote up my quick little cheat sheet did not include Ryoji's linked episodes, despite the fact that it came from an all link episodes page. They conveniently forgot Ryoji. So you're going to be missing a few days if you're trying to do all of Ryoji's linked episodes as well. So in total, if you are trying to do all of those, I think you're probably going to be around, I want to say 39-ish. I want to say that there's 2 link episodes when it comes to Ryoji that aren't mandatory. Because I think the first day that he's available is a mandatory hangout with him. But I think afterwards there's 2, maybe 3. I'd have to double check that here. Hold on. Let me make sure I have correct information that I'm giving. Okay, yes. I double checked, and there are indeed 3 optional, in quotes, linked episodes. So, in actuality, to correct it, you do have 47 as a maximum. At a minimum, if you want to do all the link episodes and you fail to get someone in time for the career day, you have 38. If you do have someone available for career day and you want to do all the link episodes and have someone available on Christmas Eve, you have 39 days, starting with the 1st of November. So, if you want to see if you can do a max social link run, if the current amount of social links that you have that are available at school is 19 or less, then you have enough to do all of the link episodes and get done with all of the social links. Since that, again, at that point, you don't have Mitsuru, you don't have Aegis. That does get bumped up to 27 if you have zero intention of doing the link episodes or the Christmas Eve event. So that, in a nutshell, is what you should be looking at if you're towards the end of the game and you're wondering whether or not you can still do a max social link run. So, now that we're here at the top, let's go ahead and use a go home. We've done pretty good for ourselves up to this point. We still have a good amount of money. And looking at the boss, it might be a little bit tricky, but I'm just going to go ahead, just manually heal up people. I think we'll be good for SP, all things considered, but I am going to go ahead and make sure that we save. Don't want to have to redo literally the entire episode up to this point. So yeah, it's a bit late. We're probably going to go well over, but I want to try to finish this up in one episode. So you know what? We're going to do a boss. We're going to show off the thing with Teddie and Yosuke, and then we're going to call it a day.
There's one enemy. Hang in there.
So, our optional boss this time is the Momentary Child.
It's a no-brainer. I'm sure you'll win.
The Momentary Child is weak to ice and knows light and dark, and knows the skills Assault Dive, Rampage, Herculean Strike, Deathbound, Tarukaja, and Rebellion. If you fought this thing in the original Persona 4, you know exactly how to take this thing out. This thing is 100% exactly the same as it was in Persona 4. Because this thing predominantly uses physical attacks, I'm switching to Rajanaga, and I'm going to hit it with a Bufula.
Enemy down.
Now's our chance for a beatdown. On and ready.
Admittedly, I would like to try to use a Matarukaja. The problem comes with the fact that it does kind of lose. I lose an opportunity to do an all-out attack, which is a good, which is a good amount of damage. And I don't have a Tarukaja on Chie anymore because I got rid of that.
You hit the enemies. All right, guys.
So go ahead and do that. It does still do a real good amount of damage, though. So let's go ahead. We'll put a Rakukaja up on Yukiko.
Come on down.
Because I don't want her going down. Indignant. Okay. So it's probably preparing for a big ol' strike. I don't really want it to land a crit, but I'm also resistant to physical, so I think I'll be fine. Well, Yukiko guard just to be sure.
Protect me, Tomoe.
But I'll have everyone else make some moves.
Enemy down. All right, guys.
Okay, we should still be looking alright.
Down and die already.
Oh, there we go. Admittedly, this probably would have been a real good chance to have shown off the duo thing. You know what? That will be a perfect opportunity after I win the fight. So let's go ahead and use Kill Rush.
Come on
This
down.
thing doesn't have any resistances to...
Good, Kanji. It's
Just say the word and it's go time.
Alright.
On and ready.
Just because it doesn't have any resistances to physical. And then I crit. Ooh, that still did a good amount of damage, and I'm glad that really didn't do a whole lot, all things considered.
Enemy down. Okay.
But yeah, I at least have 2 people who can consistently do all-out attacks. I've got Yukiko for some healing. And at worst, I'm at least resistant to physical attacks. So that does help out.
Enemy down. All right, guys.
Although, oh boy, this may be a bit more difficult to kind of show off what I need. Just because of the simple fact that Yosuke is very weak. Ooh, that did a little uncheck. Okay, if I really need to have a Marakukaja.
You hit the enemy's weak.
It's my turn.
Because this is doing a lot on everyone. Okay. I do not have Mediarama. At least I don't... No, I do have Mediarama! I have Undyne. What am I saying? Okay. I might need to do that next turn. I'll be sacrificing a all-out attack, which is something that we very much should be doing. I'm just gonna smack him, though.
Couldn't finish it.
Okay, Rebellion goes out. Increase its crit chance. That becomes infinitely more problematic since Undyne doesn't have anything to do with physical. And I would very much like to stay on my... I am resistant to all physical attacks. Because I don't want to have my character die. Alright, all the stuff is reverting now. Yeah, Medea. I'm gonna have Kanji put up another Rakukaja on Yukiko. She can use a Bufu.
Enemy down.
And this should help out quite a bit. And then Rakukaja Yukiko. It is indignant for the first attack. But it does still have quite a bit of other physical attacks that it can rely on. So as long as we kind of keep up the hurt, I think we'll be fine.
I can't defeat it. Come on.
So just keep up the ice attacks, and we should be good. Okay, and to protect Kanji, he'll put a Rakukaja on himself.
Whoa, Kanji, that was
Okay,
great.
well, that would have ended very badly were I not on Rajanaga.
You hit the enemy's weak.
Okay, well, for once, I'm glad Rampage doesn't have the best of accuracy. Okay, and since no one's really hurt...
Couldn't do it.
Alright, and it's starting to get winded, too. So we've almost got this.
Enemy down.
Continue with the all-out attacks. Okay, and then Kanji can kill Rush.
Come on down. Lay down and die.
Nah, only
already.
one.
That's amazing, Yukiko
Okay,
senpai.
again,
Keep it up.
hurt. Let's switch to Undyne. And use Mediarama. That should help everyone out.
Persona!
Agilao.
So persistent.
I don't think I'm going to be able to take it out this turn. But after Herculean Strike, it should use Rebellion again. And then it'll waste the turn. So we should still be alright. Damn it. Okay, yeah, there goes the Rebellion. And then Bufala, because we'll just end this with Undyne.
Enemy down.
And is that enough? That is enough for a kill. Perfect. Gets Muse's Courage, and that's about all we can do. And going back down one of these chairs. Oh, wait, no, I think it's behind the stage. Yeah, it's behind the stage. Bear Claw. All right. So, with that, we are done with everything that we need to do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and save again. And I'm going to reload the save. Because we need to show this off. And this is probably the best opportunity that we're going to have to be able to actually do this. Okay, so we are going to want to bring Teddie. This is probably the only time I will ever have Teddie in my party. Ever. We'll replace Yukiko. And then Yosuke can replace Kanji. Okay, so Teddie. I do not have anything in terms of physical attack, which is fine. The Lion Happy is going to be the best that he can do. He can have... What would be good? Guard Amulet. And Yosuke can keep the Gust Vow. That is about as good as I'm going to get. At least we can actually show off the bone. That's another interesting thing. Actually, this gives me a good chance to maybe show off another Yosuke and a Teddie costume. I did not think that I would be able to show off anything with Teddie. But I can show off a costume. So let's maybe see what we got. Yes, there are indeed various costumes that have Teddie in human form. I did look to see if there was any interesting ones to potentially kind of have. Also, Yosuke, I think, is just a kitsune. I don't think he's a werewolf. I think he's just a kitsune. He may just be a werewolf, though. But yeah, I mean, if you want an example of a Teddie costume in the Teddie outfit, that's him as a reindeer. And this is him as a spooky, I was gonna say spooky skeleton. No, spooky pumpkin. Pumpkin witch? Very pumpkin witch. We'll go with pumpkin witch. He's a jack-o'-lantern. For the purposes of what we're going to do, he's going to stay in the butler outfit, though. So, do I have any intention of actually beating this boss with this? No. This is predominantly just to show Karukaja. Didn't do that before. But yeah, this is predominantly just so that way we can show off their duo attack, essentially. Okay, who has something? Vatala. I guess? Who has Takaja that... Actually, you know what? Yosuke has Takaja. So let's maybe not bother with that.
Persona!
I was still on Pale Rider.
Now's our chance.
Oh yeah, we can also show off Teddie in that too.
What? I can't defeat it! You with me, Teddie? Aye, aye, sir. That should do it.
So that is Teddie and Yosuke's duo attack. Just very dorkish, if I say so myself. Just a big old Teddie bomb and a bunch of shuriken that come down. Very much feels very in line with both of them. Oh, I don't have Teddie switch to direct commands.
Just say the word and it's bear time. Gotcha.
And there's a full art of what Teddie looks like for his all-out attack pose. Okay, Yosuke, go ahead and use Dakaja. Yosuke is in killing range no matter what it does. Oh boy.
He's injured. This is bad.
Well, I did say he was in killing range no matter what he did. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. I forgot to change. Oh god. I hit the button and then realized, no, wait!
It's time to get wild.
I mean, I guess this also allows us to see more Teddie quotes. There's like 3 of them. We've already seen 2. So, we got that going for us.
You hit the enemies.
And we get to see Teddie in a bunch of different perspectives. What they're mirrored. We'd like to actually show off the skills, though, that Teddie has.
It's time.
Alright, we already saw that one. Okay, now it's using Rebellion. Okay, tactics, Teddie, direct commands.
Whatever you say.
Okay, now we'll do this. Now, granted, without... Ah, crap. Without Yukiko, this does make things a little bit more problematic, but I've also got Teddie. And Teddie is also a pretty good healer. I don't use Teddie. And big reason is that if there was anyone that you would replace Teddie with, it would be Yukiko. And I am not replacing Yukiko with Teddie. Because why would I replace best girl with my least favorite character? Anyway, Teddie has Meteorama, which means that he is really good at healing compared to Yukiko. Even with Angelic Grace, Meteorama still will heal more. Energy Shower is also there to help out with enervation or exhaustion, which is helpful when it comes to dealing with the gold hands here in Risei's dungeon. Poison Skewer is just a physical attack, and Ray Patra is very much meaningless. He also has Autoraku Kaja to start out, so that helps. I think the Autoraku Kaja is technically his rank 2 benefit for his social link.
Kintoki-Douji.
So that's where that comes in. Alright, you gonna say anything besides time to get wild, Teddie? I'm sorry, was he Naruto running right there? Okay, let's... This is honestly going a lot faster.
Just say the word and it's bear time.
It may just honestly be the 2 lines that Teddie has. I swear that he had a 3rd one. This is honestly going a lot faster, though, with us just piling on the all-out attacks.
Enemy down. All right.
And honestly, like, if it's not going to use Tarukaja, there's no need to bring back Yosuke. Again, this is probably going to be the only time I'm going to be using Teddie, so enjoy it while it lasts if you really like Teddie. Oh crap, he got critted. And there goes Teddie.
Teddie, are you okay? Someone heal him.
Ooh, Teddie lived! That is incredibly surprising.
Enemy down. All right.
And it's just me and GA, because Teddie's knocked down. I'm honestly impressed that the counter got off, though. That was really nice. Unfortunately, Teddie doesn't have any single healing, which is a bit of a problem.
I won't
without single healing, like, he has to use the group one. So even if only one person needs healing, Teddie isn't going to be the best.
Hey, not bad, Teddie. Keep it up.
Also, what does help with kind of switching out to Teddie, it is, again, really good to try to switch out your party members if you're trying to get the Reset's Biggest Fan achievement. Because there's a ton of unique lines when it comes to dealing damage, taking out enemies, being inflicted with status ailment, being hurt, dying. Like, there are a ton of different voice lines that are very character specific.
Enemy down.
So if you're going...
Bear pile on the enemy!
Oh, how did I forget that one? So if you are going for that achievement, you are going to want to swap out your party members. Because that is going to be your primary way of being able to hear all of those voice lines. If you stick with just the main party, like what I usually do, you're not going to be able to really hear too many varied voices of dialogue. And again, once you hit a certain point in Risei's social link, you're then going to be limited even further. So, do be prepared if you want to get that achievement. Teddie, meanwhile, needs healing. Oh, I can't believe I managed to take this guy out with just the base. Okay, with just the basic thing with Teddie, I haven't used him for anything.
Come on!
Like, no equipment upgrades, no training, no anything. And he is able to hold his own pretty well. Yeah, Yosuke's turn got skipped. Not like it really matters. If it targets Yosuke, Yosuke's screwed. Not enough to take it down. Oh right, Indignant. I forgot about that. Hey Yosuke. You got some fancy bones there. Smack it with a femur.
Damn, it's not going down.
Alright, and that should take care of it. Yes. Infinitely faster if you decide to bring both Chie and Teddie into the fight. Teddie looks really stilted in his animations when he's in human form, though.
Alright, I leveled up.
Yosuke gained 1 level.
You okay, Yosuke-senpai? You look hurt.
Okay, so that was using Teddie, and more importantly, that was showing off the duo attack between Yosuke and Teddie. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to reload the actual save that I used against this fight. It may not be much, but I mean, it does help out with keeping Yukiko and Kanji still up to speed, even if the experience isn't that much. Anyway, I think we're pretty much good to call it a day here. Looking at my stats, I really can't get a good view of just everyone all at once outside of, well, I guess skills. Overall, I think we're doing still relatively okay. 35 is the level that we really needed in order to actually face on the boss, at least here. Starting off with Void Quest at level 36 might not be the best play. I may want to consider doing a little bit more grinding in terms of trying to get more gold hands. But honestly, I think we're in a generally good place anyway. We're getting more equipment, we're getting more items as well. And worst case scenario, I can just easily buy some stronger personas. I'm at level 36 now. So if I really wanted to, I could probably use at least probably closer to the mid-40s without feeling too bad, I might just go and buy me Black Frost and just have it right away. That way I have a pretty powerful persona already. But that will mostly come down to when we come back into the TV world starting next... Well, not next time. The next time we come back to the TV world is when I will probably want to try to buy a Black Frost and just swap out any of these other personas that are only really here because of social links. But we're calling it a day here. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 4 Golden. With our job here in the TV world complete, we're gonna head back home, get some rest, and then we've got finals. Yay! Until next time, everyone, take care.